Men. Who proposed and she said no? What happened afterwards with your life? I proposed to her on a cold January evening. It wasn't one of those grand gestures with fireworks or a hidden photographer. It was quiet, private, just the two of us in our small apartment with dinner barely touched on the table and the ring burning a hole in my pocket. We'd been together for 3 years. We'd lived together for nearly 2. I loved her in a way I hadn't loved anyone before, and I thought maybe foolishly that she felt the same. She looked at the ring. She didn't cry. She didn't smile. Her lips just parted slightly, and then she looked at me with an expression I still remember too clearly. It wasn't pity, but it wasn't joy either. She said, "I can't say yes." I thought maybe I had heard her wrong. But then she stood up and walked to the window, folding her arms across her chest like she was holding herself together. She said she cared about me deeply but wasn't ready. She said she didn't want to get married yet. She wasn't sure she ever wanted to. She said she thought we were happy as we were, and that changing it scared her. I didn't yell. I didn't plead. I just nodded. I told her I understood, but the truth was, I didn't. Not at all. I sat back down, staring at the untouched plate of pasta I'd made, and listened to the clock ticking on the wall. We stayed together for another 3 months, but everything felt different. It wasn't her fault, and maybe not mine either. But the space between us, once comforting, became a chasm. I stopped making plans for the future. I started sleeping on the edge of the bed. She spent more time out with friends. I stopped asking where she was going. I think we both knew it was coming. One morning she told me she was moving out. She had found a sublet, and she needed space. I helped her carry her things down to the car. I hugged her before she left. She didn't cry, and neither did I. The next few weeks were strange. I came home to a quieter apartment. I didn't cook for 2. I didn't wake up to the sound of her brushing her teeth or humming in the kitchen. The silence grew into something I had to get used to. I started going to the gym more, partly to fill the time and partly because I needed to feel like I was improving something, even if it was just my stamina. I reconnected with old friends. I picked up freelance projects on the side. The distraction helped. It wasn't some dramatic transformation. I didn't find myself or start traveling the world. I just kept living, one day at a time. Sometimes I'd walk by the coffee shop we used to go to and think of her. I'd wonder where she was, who she was with, if she ever regretted saying no, but I never reached out. A year later, I met someone new, slowly, carefully, with all the walls still up. She was different, quieter, thoughtful. She didn't rush me, and I didn't push anything. We took our time. When I finally told her about the proposal and what happened, she didn't judge me. She just listened. I don't regret proposing. I don't regret hearing no. It hurt, but it showed me that love, real, lasting love, has to be mutual in every direction. I needed to hear the truth, even if it broke something at the time. I look back on that night now and see it as a turning point, not the end of love, but the beginning of learning how to love better.